This is Module 5, Lesson 21. In this one, we will be adding and or subtracting fractions less than 1 from or to a whole number. So we'll be taking or adding fractions to a whole number, and that number may be anywhere from 5, 6, or 7. So get your whiteboards out and get ready, and when you are ready, you can move on with the video. Alright, this is our problem 1. What I would like you to do is pause the video and draw this out on your whiteboard, and then continue to work the problem with me. And let's assume that you have it written out. Let's look at our problem. We're taking the whole number 2 and we're adding a half to it. And we can think of this as perhaps we have 2 pizzas and our friend gives us half of a pizza, or we have 2 candy bars and we are given another half a candy bar by somebody. So let's look at my tape diagram which I drew out here. We have 2 here. So we have, this is 1 and this is 2. And what I did was I divided it in halves just to show you the amount of halves we have. And then here's the other half that our friend gave us. So what we're going to count is, we're going to look at this, and we can count it a couple different ways. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halves. Alright, or we can just look at this and go, this is 2, and we added a half. So our answer would be 2, 1 half is the answer. Right, this one I haven't drawn the tape diagram yet, so we'll do that together. You can go ahead and write the problem and then restart the video. So let's draw out this tape diagram. We're going to draw a big tape here. We're going to divide this tape into threes. 1 and 2 and 3. Now what we're going to do is we've got to take, so we're going to take 2/3, and here's our 2/3. So this is 2/3, and this is 3, and if we add them, we end up with 2, 3 and 2/3. And pretty straightforward if you diagram it out. In this problem, we are going to be subtracting 3/4 from 3. So what I did is I went ahead and drew out my tape diagram. You could pause the video and go ahead and draw this, and then work the problem with me. Okay, let's go into the assumption we have it drawn now. We are subtracting this 3/4 from the 3. So we took the nth and we converted it into quarters. And we're going to take 3 of those quarters away. So here are the 3/4 that we took away. What we end up with here is we end up with a new number, and we have a number here. This is a 1. This is 1. And then this is a 1/4. So if we add all this up, we end up with an answer of 2 and 1/4 as an answer. So we do that real quick. We had 3, which is a 3, minus 3/4. So if we had 3 pizzas and we ate 3/4 of one of those pizzas, this is what we'd have left over. We'd have 1 pizza, 2 pizzas, and 1/4 of the third, for a total of 2 1/4 left over. One of the problems in your problem set is going to ask you to show a relationship between 3 different numbers. In this case, we have 4, 4, and 3/4, and 4/5. And what we want to do is create a problem using these 4. Again, you should have your whiteboard out, and we're going to create two problems with this. The first problem we'll create is we're going to use this. We're going to go 4 plus 4 fifths equals 4 and 4 fifths. We know that if we drew this out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's our 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's our 4 fifths. 4 fifths. This is 4. Add them, and we end up with 4 fifths. The other relationship we can show between these is 4 and 4 fifths minus 4 fifths equals 4. Again, we've used their numbers. If we use the same tape diagram up here, what we have is 4 and 4 fifths. We've taken away these 4 fifths, and we end up with just a total of 4, as we have here. We have a number of problems like this. Let's move on to the next one. In problem 4a, we will be showing the relationship between 3/4, 6 and 3/4, and 6. Again, I'm going to show an addition and a subtraction problem with that relationship. The first one will be, we'll look for a total, so we'll add 6 plus 3/4 equals 6 3/4. And we can see that by doing the simple tape diagram here. It shows 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we go 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters. So here's our 3/4. This is our 6, and if we add them together, we have 6 and 3/4. That's pretty straightforward. Next one is a subtraction problem. We're going to take 6 and 3/4, and we're going to subtract. This time I'm going to subtract 6, and that equals 3/4. And I can show that here in my tape diagram. Do it orange. If I'm going to take the 6, here's my 6 and 3/4. I'm going to take 6 away. And I end up with 3/4. In this problem, we have 3 more numbers. We have 5, 4, 1/3, and 2/3. We'll be adding those and subtracting those in 2 different problems. The first problem is I'll look for to get a total of 5. So I'm going to add 4 and 1/3 plus 2/3 equals. And I know that's 5, but I'm going to show it in the tape diagram. So we're going to have 4. Here's our 4. And then 1/3. And this would be 2/3. And if I add up 2/3 and 1/3, I end up with 3/3, which is the equivalent of 1. And I know that this is 3. So when I add up these two fractions, I end up with 3/3. And if I add this, it would be 4. And this would equal 5, because this one right there is 1. Now we can do a subtraction problem. And we can do the same thing here. We can subtract 5 minus 2/3 equals 4. take 5. We're going to make one of these 1/3 over here. This is now thirds. Well, I'm going to take 2 of these thirds away. So I'll take 2 thirds away. Subtract this one from this one. It's my 2 thirds. And what do I end up with? I end up with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 1/3 right here left over. So my answer is 4 1/3 as I diagrammed it out. Alright, we have a similar problem to 4b, but now we're working in fifths. We have 2/5, 4 3/5, and 5. And we're going to show the relationship between these 3 numbers. So let's start with an addition problem. We know that 4 3/5 plus 2/5 would equal, we hope 5, so let's look at this. We got 4 here, but plus 3/5 plus 2/5. This would equal right here, this equals 5/5, which is equals 1, plus the 4 from over here equals 5. So we know that that's one relationship. And we can show the relationship in subtraction if I draw out my 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I want to divide one of these into fifths, because I'm going to subtract 2/5. So I'll write out the problem. 5 minus 2/5 equals 1. So let's do this. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. Let's get rid of, we're going to subtract 5/5. We're going to subtract 2/5. So let's take 2 of these away. And our answer is going to be what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 1/5, 4 2/5, 4 3/5. So our answer here is 4 3/5, which is 3/5. Here is 4. Total is 5 and 5. Okay, we have 2 more problems. We have 5 minus 1/4. So we're going to use a tape diagram on this one. So let's draw our tape diagram out. We'll make 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we want to take one of those 5 and divide them into quarters. So here's our quarters. We're going to take one of those quarters away and subtract it. The 1/4 we subtract, and our total now is right here. Is our total, that's our answer. So let's count that out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3/4. So our is 4 3/4
3/4.
4 3/4. Alright, our final problem, we're going to be using a number line solver problem. I know that I have to start with 7 as an anchor, and then I'm subtracting less than 1, so I can really have my other anchor as a 6. And I'm working in fifths, so I'm going to divide my number line into fifths. Here's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and this is equivalent to 5/5. So I want to start at 7. Change colors here. I'm going to start at 7. This is my starting point. And I'm going to take 3/5 away. So here's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. So I'm going to take 3/5 away. This is minus 3/5. That's what I took away. And I'm going to look at what I ended up on. So if I ended up, my answer would be here, would be 2/5. But remember, don't forget, we have that 6. So our answer is 6 and 2/5. This was a little bit longer of a lesson. In this lesson, we covered Module 5, Lesson 22, and we added and then we did some subtraction of fractions less than 1 from or to whole numbers. So again, we have a problem set in ClassKit. Go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask or go back and watch the parts of this video, and we'll go from there.